The nation is celebrating the 17th Kargil Vijay Divas. To commemorate the victory in the war against Pakistan, and Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar participated in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Amar Jawan Jyoti in the national capital. While at Dras in Kargil, the army, along with the army chief, met the families of the brave soldiers, paying tributes to the martyrs of the war. It was on this day in 1999 that the Indian Armed Forces, as part of Operation Vijay, recaptured Indian posts in Kargil, which had been occupied by Pakistan's army. And since then, this day has been observed annually to commemorate the supreme sacrifice made by our soldiers in this war while protecting our country.
One of the most difficult operations in the history of conflict, and the manner in which our soldiers played their part is truly outstanding and a great source of inspiration to us. We're also grateful today that we have amongst us families of the martyrs of Army and the Air Force. We have people who participated in the operation. So we're grateful to all of them.
India Today's Gaurav Sawant also got the chance to speak to the daughter of one of the Kargil martyr, the very popular Bollywood star Gul Panag. Let's listen in to what she had to say.
With me here are two brave daughters of Major C.B. Dwivedi. When you come here to Dras and you look at that battlefield where your father made the supreme sacrifice of his life, what goes through your mind?
The only thing that goes through my mind is that I am proud. I can't say it enough. I don't know how to put it in words. But every night that I go off to sleep, probably, I just think, what if he wasn't there? What if he didn't join the army? I'm just proud and happy, and the happiest daughter in the world. Not sad. I won't cry. I'll be happy.
You sometimes, when you were a little girl, you were all of 7 or 8.
8.
Did you wish he maybe didn't join the army? He would have been with you?
I was jealous of my sister because he would take casual leaves for her to teach her. So it was a tough task for her to survive after. But no, it never came to my mind that he shouldn't have joined the army. He should have joined the army. This was the place to be.
Because he used to write to you, even from the battlefield, your dad would write.
Yeah, I mean, probably everyone says that about their fathers, but I'm pretty sure that we had the best father in the world because, I mean, I don't think that he ever even thought about not writing to us. I mean, I don't think that was something that even, there was nothing to be lazy about, or there was nothing. I don't think we ever missed a letter from him. Like, we would never miss a postman coming and not coming with letters for us.
This Tololing mountain right here, Squadron Pundir, he was flying his Mi-17 helicopter when it was struck by a Pakistani Stinger. When you see this mountain 17 years after that war, what memory of your father comes to you?
Well, I always remember him as someone who was passionate about flying, and besides that, he was a wonderful singer and an avid reader. So I'm absolutely overwhelmed to be standing here in front of the Tololing.
Gul Panag is an army daughter, she's an activist, she's an actor, and Gul, when you come to Kargil, you've had friends, Gul, who fought this war. They've made the supreme sacrifice in this war. As an army daughter, what's your emotion here?
Well, I think it's a very humbling one. I, of course, am proud of every single soldier, officer and GSU of the Indian Army who laid down his life and made the supreme sacrifice for the country. And as a community, as Neha was just saying a minute ago, as a community, I think the Armed Forces community, we can never forget. Every moment is a poignant reminder of what could have been, but yet there is immense pride, and there is a sense of satisfaction that somewhere deep down we have a sense of duty which we've inherited from our families. I know for a fact that given a choice, my father would any day have chosen to serve the nation first before serving his family, and he's done that at every opportunity that he has had.
We'll go straight now to Dras, where we're joined by India Today's Gaurav Sawant, who got us all those reactions. Gaurav, the mood would understandably solemn and somber, but in ceremonious event, it's a matter of dignity, pride, as, we remember those who bravely fought protecting our country.
And here at the Dras Kargil War Memorial, there is one fact that emerges. These brave daughters, these brave families, they fought back tears. They said their father always made them smile, and that's the memory they would want. And they say their father is still around. He may not be here in the physical form. We spoke to several daughters who had lost their fathers in the Kargil war, whether Squad Leader Pundir, whether Major Dwivedi, some others, and all of them said their fathers always made them smile. They beat back tears as they saluted this tricolour at the Kargil War Memorial. What was also very touching, you have very tough soldiers here in the Kargil battle. What you see here, they had tears in their eyes as these little girls, they touched their father's name at the plaque that's kept here, and they kissed their father's name, because that is all that remains of their memory of what they had done at one point of time. So while the Kargil war has been won, one aspect the army commander, General Hooda, also pointed out, India may have won in Kargil, India may have defeated Pakistan in Kargil, but India is still fighting Pakistan-sponsored terror in Jammu and Kashmir. Just this morning, 4 Pakistani terrorists killed, 1 Pakistani terrorist arrested. And this goes on to show that Pakistan's war for Jammu and Kashmir by other means is still underway. But does that mean that has weakened India's resolve? Let's listen in to some of the young students I spoke to, their thoughts on what the future is like. Deshna, when you come to the Kargil War Memorial, when you see all these soldiers, what comes to your mind?
Actually, we are here all the way from Delhi just to pay tribute. But now I realize we don't only have to pay tribute to the people who died. We have to pay tribute to their families also. It takes courage to live without your husband, your father, or your brother. So we Salvanians would like to salute the complete Indian Army and their families. So I would like to deliver a message to our Indian Army. Thank you is not enough for you, for what you have done and what you're doing for us. It takes a lot of courage to put your life in danger. So today we are just smiling and safe just because of you.
All right, those very brave, children of the officers and soldiers who laid their lives for the country. India remembering, all those brave soldiers, but Pakistan continuing, to infiltrate terrorists into our soil. In fact, 4 terrorists have been killed and 1 has been caught alive near the line of control in Kashmir's Kupwara in an encounter. Pakistan's terror tactic once again being exposed, as the terrorist has been identified as Bahadur, and he hails from Lahore. The foiled terror bid and the capture of the Pakistani terrorist comes at a time when Kashmir is in a state of unrest, confirming Pakistan's hand in the prevailing tension. But appreciating the forces, the government has said that the undeniable truth about Pakistan will eventually come to fore.
लेकिन जो जिंदा पकड़ा जाता है तो उसको बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी और माना जाता है, क्योंकि जिंदा पकड़े जाने पर उनका पाकिस्तान का पूरा जो खेल है वो सबके सामने, दुनिया के सामने में आ जाता है। इसलिए जो कुपवारा में आतंकवादी को जो जिंदा पकड़ा गया हमारे सेना के सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस वालों ने, ये बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी मानता है।
Gaurav Sawant is with us from Dras. And Gaurav, even the Indian government has blamed Pakistan very recently for fomenting, terror and trouble in our country. But as you rightly said, this is not something that's going to, weaken the Indian forces' resolve or weaken the resolve of, the Indian who will continue to protect itself from the enemies from, across the border.
Once again, spot on. We interacted with Lieutenant General D.S. Hooda, Army Commander, Northern Command. He said there is evidence of Pakistan's involvement in fomenting trouble. The arrest of a Pakistani terrorist is ample proof. 4 terrorists have been killed. There are intercepts about Pakistan intensifying its infiltration attempts along the line of control. That's one part of the story. The second part of the story is stone pelting. the money that is being paid to separatists, the money that's being paid to foment trouble in Jammu and Kashmir. There is evidence that this is being orchestrated from across the line of control in Pakistan. And one more proof of this very clearly that came out in our interaction with the military leadership was that while the military leadership wants terrorists to give up their weapons, join the mainstream, become a part, to be integrated in society. They want the government to come up with such a policy. The army is very clear about it. Local Kashmiri boys, if they give up the weapon, they should be integrated in the national mainstream. But as far as terrorists are concerned, those from across the border or even those who continue to wield the weapon, either if they're being paid by the separatists or the Pakistanis, the armed forces will go after them. One more point that the army commander made very clearly was that the pellet gun, and that was in response to a question by India Today, when I asked him, is the pellet gun an effective riot control method? He said it is required, it is non-lethal. It's better than using an AK-47 assault rifle, but the government is exploring other, better, non-lethal means.
Absolutely. The entire nation today joins their hands and we hail the sacrifices of our Indian soldiers on the occasion of Kargil Vijay Divas. Gaurav Sawant there, thank you so much for joining us.